because most of you are not following the instructions I provided in the first class. I'm having like tons of troubles, not only with you all, like some of your peers, that having found somehow difficult checking the Novedades forum, in which I told you that I was going to post everything related to the virtual practicum. So it's a little bit concerning to me, like you guys are in seventh semester and you still don't know the platform. For example, I have received tons of emails of one of your peers saying like, where is the link? 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 And you're not checking appropriately the platform. And remember that the Novedades forum is going to be here. It's like here, Novedades forum. It's highlighted. It's huge. And here I'm posting everything related about the online sessions and relevant information about the module. So I'm a little bit concerned about it because you have been studying like 3 years and a half approximately in the university and still don't know the platform appropriately. The idea is that with me, as I mentioned, please check this forum every day, at least 5 minutes. This is not going to take you more than 5 minutes because I'm going to post relevant information there. Okay, so if you click on novedades and then if you click on the thread, you are going to check all the news, and you're going to check all the news, all the things that are going to be important, and of course, which is I would say all the updates that we are going to have in this module. Pardon? But I posted the link last night, 11:48 Colombian time. That was 11:48 in the morning because the platform is 24-hour format time. I posted in the morning. I didn't post it in the evening. So if it's like after in the evening, it's gonna show 23:48. I'm gonna check this. I posted it in the morning. I posted it in the morning, you guys. So it's like it's a little bit concerning this situation. Okay, but no prop. I guess this is gonna be the first and last thing that is gonna happen. As I mentioned, remember, I'm just gonna try to post everything, keep updated. Yeah, just keep updated, and well, and it is what it is. So it's not we're not gonna have any more problems, right? Well, in today's session, so I would like to talk about, or I want you to tell me if some of you have already started the practicum, the observation processes. What have you done so far? If it was good, what happened, positive things, negative things, before they started moving on the lesson plan stuff. So if some of you would like to share your experiences, what you consider relevant or not, it would be like very positive. Okay, it would be like very positive. So does anybody want to share some about your experiences? What happened in school? If it was positive? Okay, Antonio, start.
Good morning, teacher. Good morning, partners. Teacher, I would like to speak in Spanish because my English is so bad. So, if you tell me,
Come
yes.
on, you're gonna be an English teacher. No problem. Try to speak in English. This is what I want you to do. Try to speak in English. No problem. The idea is
I think that my
Trae tanto
English is
cuaderno, por
bad. So,
favor.
no, don't
Está
think
ahí.
about it.
I will to tell it in
Sí.
Spanish outside,
Okay, so okay,
but I can speak in Spanish.
yeah, let me tell you something. I'm gonna switch to Spanish. Maestros, yo sé que de pronto estudiar bajo esta modalidad puede ser un poco complejo, ¿sí? Dominar el idioma también puede ser un poco complejo, ¿sí? Eh, y yo creo que de pronto algunos de ustedes están teniendo este choque conmigo, ¿sí? Están están como chocando conmigo porque yo siento que les estoy cambiando como toda la dinámica que ustedes han venido teniendo durante toda la carrera. Entonces, lo ideal es tratar de mejorar esos aspectos de confianza en el manejo del idioma, porque ustedes son los que van a transmitir esa confianza a sus estudiantes, ¿sí? No importa si su inglés es bueno, si su inglés es malo, si está macheteado, si les pasa de una forma o de la otra, no se preocupen. Estamos aquí todos para aprender, ¿sí? Cuando somos maestros aprendemos todos los días aprendemos. Y yo siempre he dicho, bueno, eso fue algo que a mí me dijeron mis maestros cuando yo empecé mi proceso de formación, cuando uno se atreve a enseñar, porque el arte de enseñar es un atrevimiento, cuando uno se atreve a enseñar, uno nunca debe dejar de aprender, ¿sí? O quien enseña aprende dos veces. Entonces, no se preocupen, tratemos de darle lo mejor posible. Mire, les decía, o sea, a modo personal, aquí en Canadá la gente comete unos errores garrafales, ¿sí? En términos de gramática. ¿Por qué? Pues porque nosotros hemos sido enseñados o nos han enseñado el inglés formal, el inglés polite, siguiendo las reglas, unas cosas, la otra, ¿sí? Pero usted está en una conversación informal y de una, dicen you is, por ejemplo, you was, y uno diría Virgen Santísima, ¿sí? Cometen muchísimos errores en términos ¿de qué? De los contables y los no contables, o sea, dicen more bigger. ¡Ah! Sí, me quiero alar las greñas cada vez que escucho eso, pero pues obviamente es el contexto. Entonces, la invitación es esa, tratemos de hablar inglés, ya si definitivamente vemos que no nos podemos entender, ya trataremos de movernos a español, pero lo que yo quiero es eso, ¿sí? Que traten de comunicarse, que sientan mayor confianza, ¿sí? Y que estén en capacidad también de transmitirle esa confianza a los estudiantes, ¿sí? Puesto que es bastante interesante que ustedes como que asuman esa posición también. Entonces, adelante Antonio, no se preocupe por lo que vaya a suceder, fresco. Ya si no le entiendo, yo le digo, bueno, no le estoy entendiendo, pero hagamos. ¿Ok? Start, tell me. Antonio, no, you are not gonna talk. What happened? What happened? Okay, then we have. Okay, let's see. Let's give Antonio a 5 minute break, and then Gina start telling me what happened. And then
Morning, teacher.
morning. Wow,
Okay.
music in the background. Come here.
What?
Vallenato music in the background.
No, I'm sorry. I have the worst neighbors. I'm
Okay.
so sorry. Okay. Well, as I told you in the past email,
Mm-hmm.
um, well, the teacher that teach English in the first graders,
Mm-hmm.
she's a foreigner. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's from Africa to be specific, and I mean it's really interesting. See the her classes.
Mm-hmm.
She start her classes with a song or a game, and
Mm-hmm.
then she continues working on the book or writing worksheets. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
always. And the thing that I see is that I mean, it has been a little difficult for the children because remember that these kids are for 6 or 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but in the group, there have been some children who have, who have found this demand like a good thing, like it works for them. They improve their English,
Mm-hmm.
but there is there another group that have some issues because they felt locked, like
Uh-huh.
I feel afraid. I don't like English. This is stressful.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that we have the like the both phases of this opportunity about have a foreign teacher.
Mm-hmm.
But African people have a different accent for English.
Yep.
So if sometimes it's difficult for me and that I'm an adult and I think that I have a quite good, I don't know, English level at least to understand. But sometimes it's difficult for me to understand her. So I can imagine how the little kids do it. But yeah, we have both phases. Some kids it's good, but for others feel very frustrated.
Okay,
So
perfect.
that's my experience.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I think that you can start trying to find how to overcome these situations and how to break this lack of confidence with the students with your uh, pedagogical proposal. Think about it, yeah, because this is going to be one of the hugest challenges you are going to have, yeah. How to make students feel motivated when a teacher is a foreigner, yeah, because the experience is completely different. So this is something that I like hearing, because you already found the problem. Now you need to start revising which way is the best one to start checking your didactic unit on how you are going to I would say, like, create your lesson plans as friendly as possible, helping them to love English, loving the experience, and just improving their communication with this teacher. So think about this, because you already found the problem. You already found the problem.
Okay, teacher, thank you. Thank you. Teacher, one last question. I'm not sure where is the format for the attendance, or she can sign my attendance.
Okay, give me a second.
Thank you.
So, all the formats, you guys, all the formats are here. Unit 1, pedagogical practicum files in this folder. You're going to check all the formats here, okay? So you can download them. So from now on, you can start like I downloading all the formats, all the things you need for the attendance. But now, for example, in this case, it's nice to see that you already found the problem. Now you need to start looking for some information, checking the background, looking for some research, and just starting like delving into it. And of course, start like checking how your research problem statement is gonna be. Okay, because perfect. This is what I want you to do. Like to start reflecting, yeah, and to start checking. Okay, I found this problem, and I would like to start addressing my research process and my didactic unit and my pedagogical proposal in order to provide a not the like not 100% a solution, but half of them. It would be like excellent, yeah, because you are not going to execute your plan. I mean, you are not going to how can I say this? Yeah, you are not going to provide that 100% solution in your classroom, but it is expected for you to check and to see like in a pedagogical way how can you this is very hard to say in English, um, how can you like improving your students motivation. Remember that in motivation you don't like start like measuring it, but you can increase the levels. So these are some things that I want you to take into account, because those are like very very positive. Okay. Thank you very much for your intervention, Gina. I have the other one. I think it was Juliet. Juliet was the other one who wanted to talk. I don't know if she's here.
Yes, teacher,
Perfect.
good morning.
Hello.
I'm here.
Tell me.
Sorry, it's
No.
because I was with my baby and and I was just in a hurry. But I would like to share that I started my practicum,
Mhm.
but I went to the school. I meet with my supervisor.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I have a question. Uh, the school just have 2 hours in a week
Mhm.
of English classes. So how can I do to complete all my time?
So it has you can do your practicum in different levels. Okay, but notice this: one thing is the grade, and another thing is the group. Okay, this is
Yeah.
something that I will clarify in a couple of minutes because some of you have addressed me these questions before. So,
Mm-hmm.
for example, if you already know that you're gonna work 2 hours per week, you can work with three different groups. For example, you can work with fourth grade, right? They have different groups: 4-1, 4-2, 4-3, right? With these three groups, you can implement the same lesson plan because it's gonna be the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are
Yeah.
like having the 6 hours in the week to start working. You know what I mean? Remember,
Yeah.
for this first unit, I am just giving you 20 hours. I'm just giving you 20 hours for just going, checking, reflecting, analyzing. Regardless, it's just you spend like 4, 5, 6 hours in the school, right? So I'm
Oh, I
giving you
see.
20
Yeah.
hours. So don't be worried about 60 hours now. Be worried about 40, right? Be worried about 40 because for this first unit, I expect you to do like a very well like reflection process. Yeah, you don't need to be like the 20 hours in the school. If you do it, perfect, sweet, good, awesome. Yeah. If not, the idea is that you can identify the context. Notice what happened
Right.
to, for example, right? So she said, well, I went, the teacher is a foreigner, the teacher is African, the students are struggling a lot. There are half of the course understands, the other half struggle a lot. And she
Mm-hmm.
started like telling us what is happening in the classroom. And then she started finding what happened, right? Now you have
Mm-hmm.
this situation. Okay, I go to the school, I guess it's a public one. Uh,
Yes, it
you
is. It is.
Yeah, perfect. So you go to the school, then you found out, okay, only 2 hours per week. God, what I'm gonna
Mm.
do? So you have to start finding solutions. Remember that a teacher must be boom, you must provide solutions, right? In this case,
Yeah.
as I mentioned, if you can work with three different, remember, one thing is the grade, another thing is the group. Because if you have different grades, you have to make different lesson plans. But if you
Yes,
have,
that's the thing. That's
pardon?
the thing, teacher. That's the thing, teacher. They don't have. They just have one group, one grade. They don't
One,
have. Yes, they don't have any more grades or any more groups. Yes.
okay, gotcha.
I mean, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it in grade number 3,
Okay.
and they don't have any groups.
Okay, perfect. So if you what you can do it like you have to check the lesson plans. Talk to the
Yeah,
coordinator.
I
The lesson plans, no, I'm sorry. The pensum. Talk to the
yeah.
coordinator, right? And let her or him know about the pensum. Ask him or ask the head teacher, can I check the pensum of English? Then you can start comparing topics. Unfortunately, in public schools, most of the time they teach the same for all grades. Yeah,
Oh, I see.
right?
Mhm.
But remember that the lesson plans are the chunks, yeah, are the chunks for achieving what is suggested in the curriculum, what is suggested in the pensum, right? So you have to create your lesson plans according to what is expected in the pensum of that grade,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
So my suggestion here is talk to the teacher and ask for the curriculum, ask for the pensum of English. They are in the third term now. So what you can do, check the pensum of third grade, check the pensum of fourth grade, and check the pensum of fifth grade, I guess, right? And revised if the topics are the same. If some topics
Oh,
change, you can implement the same lesson plan for all of them, but with different
no.
activities, right? Because
Mhm.
remember that fifth graders are like more mature than the guys of third grade, so you can implement the same thing with different activities. The idea is that remember that we have to address appropriately the lesson plan according to the students needs. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah, because
definitely.
yeah, they can learn like the verb to be in third, fourth, and fifth grade, right? But like the demanding process is gonna be bigger with fifth grade rather than the third grade. You know what I mean?
Sure.
With
Yes, I
third
know. Yeah.
graders, with third graders, you can ask them to solve a crossword puzzle, for example, right? But with
Mhm.
fifth graders, you can start doing listening exercises, more difficult things, but you are approaching the same topic.
And what about the skill? Do I
Exactly.
have to do I have to keep the same skill that I'm going to work with all of them?
No, remember that this is another huge mistake that we tend to make. Yeah, when I was
Mhm.
starting like learning and with my practicum, I tend
Mhm.
to make that mistake. You have to teach all these skills in the same class. But you're gonna say, but how? Yeah, but how? It's very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very hard. Yeah. But the thing is, when you're planning, you say, sorry for this word, you say the F word, fuck, what am I gonna do? Right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
you have to teach it integrated. So check the topic, look for the topic. For example,
Mhm.
let's talk about countries and nationalities, right? And well, countries and nationalities is not a topic per se, it's not a grammatical topic per se, it's just vocabulary acquisition. But regarding that lesson, you can do it like integrated skills. That is the way we should teach English, integrating the skills. Because if you separate the skills, you are not doing anything, nothing. You're not nothing. You're not doing
Um,
nothing, right? So, for example, in terms of this is a question I may ask you. Tell me a listening activity in which countries and nationalities are involved. An example.
listening.
Yeah.
Mm,
What did you look for?
well, I can put some videos. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I can play some videos about the different countries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's about listening,
Okay, perfect.
and
What
and
about
then
reading?
reading some tests about the countries.
Uh-huh. But a basic reading. Remember that you're working with kids, right? And okay.
Mhm.
What would you do for speaking?
For speaking, I can use some games, kind of games, flashcards, and then I can pass it to them and then talk about them and make them to repeat the
Okay,
vocabulary.
perfect. Reading aloud, exercise, perfect. And what about
Yes. What about what?
writing?
Writing. Well, I can make like some spelling exercises.
Adaptation. Period. You see? You're integrating
Mm.
the four skills only in one topic. That is not
All
hard.
right.
You see?
Okay.
This
Yes.
is
Yes.
this is what is expected you to do. This is what I want you to do, and you have to take into account. Just
Okay.
regarding the topic, try to think. Yeah, try to think and say, okay, which listening activity helps me out the most? Which reading activity, which writing, and which blah blah blah. Also, you can integrate other contents. For example, when you teach topics and when you teach countries and nationalities, you can include the verb to be in this case because you're using one of the functions of the verb to be, which is identification. Okay, so we say Maria is Colombia. Maria is from Colombia. She is Colombian, right? You can do
Yeah.
this. It's like fill in the blanks, complete with the appropriate way of the verb to be. Answer these small questions, right? So you're integrating everything in one class. It's hard to plan.
Oh.
I know it's hard to plan because it's
Yes.
gonna take time. Yeah, it's
It's
gonna
going
take.
to be harder because
Yeah,
if I have to do it in other grades, it's going to be harder. I think.
yeah.
Um.
That is why.
But well, yes. But I'm just gonna try to do what you just told me, and then I'll be in contact with you. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Before submitting the lesson plans, before doing the final submission, send it to me to my email, right? And say,
Sure.
hey, this is what I think it works. What do you think, right?
All
Because
right. Yeah.
when you do the final submission on the platform, it's because you are sure of what you did, right? So this is
Okay.
something that I'm telling you. Send me emails. Just that's my job. And most of your classmates have already sent me emails, and I replied the same day, right? Or the other day if it's too late. Yeah. But this is the idea. Contact me and ask me. But another thing is, this is another thing that I want you to take into account. Don't bring me problems. Bring me solutions. What do I mean with that? Teacher, this is what is happening in my school right now. But I think I can cover this in this way. What do you think? You know what I mean? It's trying to be
All right.
proactive. Yeah? Tell me, you are learning. You are learning. So you're telling me, okay, I think they can approach this in this way, but I have another situation, blah, 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 blah. What do you think? I can say, okay, this is a very good way to approach this situation. I suggest you to take another route, another path. It would be like easier. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes, I know. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. So we have, profe, yo tengo una pregunta. ¿Cuántas horas hay que tener para el 10 de septiembre? So this is something that I have been working on. So remember that up to this point, 20 hours, regardless if you are going to the school 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours. 20 hours, I'm going to give you 20 hours this first unit. Okay? And the number of formats, if you went 3 times to the school, 3 formats you have to fill. If you went 5 times to the school, 5 formats. Okay, so those just for this first unit, and since I am aware that this is going to be your first time interacting with students, like this is your first blah blah. That's why I'm being so flexible. Yeah, but when we start unit two, let the games begin. Yeah, exactly. It depends on the number of hours. So it's like, don't worry about it. So remember, okay, Franklin, tell me what's wrong. Oh, what are your suggestions, your questions?
Hey, hello, teacher. Morning. Can you hear me?
Well, yeah, sure, perfectly. Tell me.
Well, firstly, I apologize due to the link, on
Yeah.
platform.
Okay.
Anyway, so anyhow, I got it at night. So sorry for that.
No problem. No problem.
Um, Here we are. That's the most important thing. Well,
Yeah.
something that I have noticed, in classroom, the exercise is the, engagement activities. Some of the students as well. One mate said at the beginning, they're not engaged, or sometimes, well, it's related with their personality. For example, they are shy or they are afraid to make mistakes. For example, as you said, for example, well, talking about countries, nationalities, well, a supposed activity where I am from Mexico and they are like Mexican. So, they fear to make mistakes.
A lot of
And
that is what we call hesitation. A lot of hesitation.
sure thing, hesitation, like so they prefer, some of them, due to their personality, they prefer to stay in silence, so they
Mm-hmm.
don't, the others raise the hand immediately, and the
Mm-hmm.
others like no, because I am afraid to make mistakes, as you said, hesitation. So I
Mm-hmm.
think so, I don't know, it has been excellent to get an engagement activity where they are fearless about mistakes. So
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, so everybody, let's get a Kahoot, for example, about countries or like that. So dynamic activities. I think so. That is something, where the teachers we have to deal. The students who are, introverted. You
Mm-hmm.
know. So wow, it's quite necessary to catch their attention, engage them. Group learning activities are excellent, but as you said, so there are some public schools which have a high number of students, like a 45, and come on, so the teacher cannot be focusing
You're right.
every single one. So
Yeah.
that's something interesting. Teacher, thanks.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. This is another thing that I want you to take into account because in this module you are bringing back all the knowledge I expect you have learned during your whole career. So you are putting into practice what you have learned. Okay. Like the situation that Franklin has stated, we have shy students and we have introverted students, or we have very active students. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we can apply the scaffolding theory. Do you remember about the scaffolding theory and who talked about it? You remember the scaffolding theory in language learning and who talked about it? Well, completely silent. I guess that you don't remember this. Okay, we have our dear Lev Semenovich Vygotsky. Okay, Vygotsky talked about the scaffolding theory. In Spanish, it's called andamiaje, right? So while you're learning, you can mix the groups, right? You can mix the groups. You can check students that are very active with the introverted ones. Yeah, when you mix them in the same group, right? When you mix it in the same group, automatically the most active ones help like the less active ones to feel or to encourage them to participate. Yeah, so you can tell them and assigning responsibilities and duties. I'm gonna place like the most participative ones with the ones that, okay, I'm afraid, they blah blah blah. You can start like telling them what to do, and then when you start doing like the group assignment, you can start checking if it works, right? You can mix groups, yeah. You can mix students. Remember, in this case, is all of us have different approaches. Yeah, for example, Franklin is more like tech savvy. So this is another word we have. Yes, he's more like a tech savvy, which means that he likes using more technology in the class. Exactly. Zone of proximal development. Right. Zona de desarrollo próximo. Okay. So this is very interesting, right? Because when look at this part. The scaffolding helps the learner to move through the ZPD and acquire new skills and knowledge. This is supposed that you. This is something that you already knew. I so I know for a fact this is something you already knew. I think that you should have studied this in English didactics, right? Because you need to learn different approaches, yeah, approaches and theories for L2. I suggest you to have a look at it if you wanted to improve your lesson plans. Okay, this is very very important. Yeah, approaches and theories for second language acquisition, or in this case, this is something that you already know. Okay, and remember, not all of us have to follow like what I say. Remember that every single teacher has its own didactic process, their own techniques. Yeah, but the idea is that you can base them in previous studies, in previous experience. That is why I'm telling you, A, do some research. A, check. Hey, look for this before doing that. Yeah? Because you are building your classes regarding previous experiences. This is what we do in research. Yeah? So that is why I invite you. Read, check, revise, write, plan, take your time. Yeah, making a lesson plan is not one thing that you have to do one day from another. Experienced teachers do that. Yeah, experienced teachers do that. To be honest, I can plan a class in 15 minutes. Yeah, not to brag about it, right? But I can plan a class in 15 minutes. But this is because I have like 14 years of experience, and it took me around 10, 11 years just to learn more, learn. Yeah, seasoned teachers, experienced teachers can do that, right? Since you are learning, that's I'm telling you, probably most of you have already have experience. Perfect. If not, take your time, do some research, revise. Yeah, there are tons of resources online. I'm gonna share with you some resources that are gonna be to be very helpful. For example, um, in this case, let me share with you what is the name of this page. Uh, Give me a second. I'm remembering. I found it. This is a magnificent website for you to do listening exercises. It's called ELO Library. I'm going to share with you the link here. You can have tons of listening exercises from level 1. Look at this. You have beginner lesson, intermediate lesson, and advanced lessons. Okay? So in beginner lessons, you're going to have printable lessons, present simple, audio files regarding the topics you're going to teach. Present simple, imperatives, singular plural, adverbs of frequency, be, was, were, can, blah, 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 blah. Tons of resources. Yeah? These are listening exercises. If you want audios, you have audios. If you want videos, you'll have videos. Bro, there's a lot of things. Different accents. You see? Irish accent, British accent, Canadian accent, Japanese accent, a Finnish accent, American accent, tons of accents you're going to have. With these exercises, you can start improving like the listening and comprehension activities, right? I'm going to post tons of resources that I have in the Novedades forum. Remember, check the Novedades forum. I'm going to post very important information there. So this is one of the first things I invite you to do. Check the Novedades forum. Please do it because I'm going to start sending very important information there. Okay? Thank you very much for sharing your point of view, Franklin. And now, Antonio, tell me. Now he receives another phone call. Come on.
Hello, teacher.
Hey,
You listen
hello.
to me?
Yeah, listening to you.
Okay, thank you. Well, teacher, I started my practical observation, my 21st hours, but I have a question because I do not have my L certification yet, so I am afraid for that because the last class you say that if we do not have this ARL certification, we do not send the 20 hours to you, right?
You're right.
So mm, during my practical observations, I started, but my students are many, how say, desordenados.
Messi.
I don't know, very
Messi.
imperative though.
Messi.
Yes, Messi.
Desordenado.
So I
Mhm.
okay. I do not have time for doing my observation clearly because the students are very messy and I do not have time to look what is your level of English in question of the reading, writing, listening, and the other aspect. So the students are very messy. So in this school, my practical observation um, is está siendo complicada, perdón por hablar en español. La observación está siendo complicada porque no puedo ver cómo se comportan ellos con con el idioma inglés como tal. No puedo mirar qué tal es su nivel de escritura, habla, escucha, porque como tal el profesor no es licenciado y los alumnos, creo, si no estoy mal, nunca han dado una clase de inglés, ¿cómo se dice? Con fundamento. Entonces, es como empezar desde cero a observar algo que no existe.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to switch to Spanish.
Y esa es mi historia.
Ok, listo, perfecto. Partamos una cosa, pilas con lo de la ARL, hay que insistirle mucho a la profe Luz, como yo les digo, infortunadamente ella se encarga de los aspectos administrativos, yo no puedo hacer absolutamente nada ahí, yo estoy en el proceso de acompañamiento y revisión de su proceso. Hay que enviarle muchos correos, hay que ser intensos con ella, ¿sí? Entonces, enviar correos, hay que ser intensos porque no puedo hacer nada. Algunos de ustedes me han enviado los correos, yo le curso copia a los correos y ahí lo responde cuando yo curso copia. Entonces, pues envíenme los correos con copia a mí y si ustedes no pueden ser intensos, créanme que yo lo soy. Yo sí soy peor que una piedra en el zapato. Entonces yo les puedo ayudar en ese aspecto. Ahora, en términos de la clase, ¿sí? En términos de la clase, ustedes todavía no pueden intervenir. Esto es lo que yo quiero que ustedes tengan en cuenta. Ustedes todavía no pueden intervenir. Es decir, Ustedes todavía no pueden hacer diagnósticos, ustedes todavía no pueden hacer nada. Ustedes están observando cómo está el ambiente. No más, están viendo cómo está el ambiente. ¿Sí? Ya, por ejemplo, encontramos las conclusiones de Gina, encontramos las conclusiones de Franklin, encontramos las conclusiones de Juliet. ¿Sí? Cada quien ya está viendo cómo está su situación. ¿Sí? Antonio me dice, no, estos pelados están en la inmunda, nunca han tenido inglés, el profesor no es licenciado, es imposible controlarlos. ¿Sí? Eso es una realidad que vamos a enfrentar siempre. ¿Sí? Eso es una realidad que va a existir siempre en las aulas de clase. Eso, pues a mí también me sucedió cuando yo tuve mis prácticas en primaria. Personalmente, yo, Rubén Mauricio Muñoz Morales, hoy, 26 de agosto de 2023, digo yo, odio trabajar con niños. ¿Sí? Después de mi práctica, lo odié toda mi vida, yo creo que lo voy a odiar toda mi vida. ¿Sí? Yo prefiero trabajar con jóvenes, con adultos. Yo ya identifiqué mi práctica pedagógica directamente con jóvenes. Me siento muy identificado. ¿Sí? Para mí trabajar con niños es muy pesado. No le tengo ni paciencia a mi perra, ¿sí? Que me saca la piedra a toda hora. Entonces, con los niños la palabra pedagogía se me va. Entonces, como que no, ¿sí? Pero eso es lo que yo quiero, que ustedes logren identificar. Puede que a unos les encante trabajar con niños. Yo estoy diciendo que no, bacanísimo, ¿sí? Otros, no. Yo tengo una estudiante en la práctica integral que toda su vida ha trabajado con niños y a ella no le gusta trabajar con jóvenes. Ah, listo. Cada quien tiene su cuestión, ¿sí? Pero, como les mencionaba, no intervengan todavía porque su proceso de intervención va a empezar en la segunda unidad, ¿sí? Allá es en donde ustedes me van a contar con sus planeaciones, qué quieren hacer, van a revisar el plan de estudios, me van a contar cómo tienen planeado todo ese tipo de cosas, ¿sí? Ustedes ahorita simplemente limítense a observar, a tomar apuntes y a contarme todo lo que encuentran en el aula de clase, ¿sí? Todo lo que encuentran en el aula de clase. Cuéntame, uy, no, profe, esto está así, ¿sí? Y estos espacios también sirven para eso, para estas reflexiones, ¿sí? Todos estamos hablando y todos estamos llegando a un mismo punto. ¡Pah! Estamos graves, ¿sí? Entonces, ahí es en donde viene nuestra función como futuros maestros y como maestros ya, ¿sí? En empezar a tratar de dar soluciones. En ese orden de ideas, sí, sí, caramba, ya. Si vemos que el grado está gravísimo, ¿sí? Y si vemos que en realidad, pues revisemos el plan de estudios y si nos toca devolvernos, pues nos toca devolvernos y si toca empezar formalmente desde el principio, pues hombre, empezamos desde el principio. Pero yo necesito saber ustedes por qué están haciendo eso. ¿Me hago entender? Porque yo en la segunda unidad les voy a decir, muéstrenme sus planeaciones, muéstrenme qué han hecho, ¿sí? Y yo voy a hacer una comparación de lo que ustedes me enviaron en la unidad 1, ¿sí? Su diagnóstico, pero su diagnóstico no, sino su observación, versus lo que ustedes están planeando. Y si lo que ustedes están planeando en realidad está atacando la situación que ustedes encontraron. Por eso ustedes también están diligenciando el formato de la parte de investigación. A ellos les estoy preguntando qué necesidades encontraron, cómo es el colegio, cómo es el profesor. Hágame una breve descripción del modelo pedagógico, hágame una breve descripción de la misión, de la visión, del horizonte institucional, se llama eso. ¿Sí? A ellos no les estoy pidiendo nada del otro mundo. Y ahí con eso yo voy a ver si sus planeaciones están dando respuesta a eso. Eso es lo que yo quiero que ustedes tengan en cuenta. Entonces, no intervengan, observen y cuéntenme en sus dos primeras entregas todo lo que encontraron. ¿Sí? No, que el colegio está bacano, tiene buena tecnología, yo no sé qué, una cosa, la otra, los grupos son pequeños, es el colegio ideal, quiero trabajar ahí cuando sea licenciado. Cuéntenme todo eso. Hay colegios ideales como hay colegios que uno dice, Padre amado y misericordioso, ¿qué está pasando? ¿Sí? Entonces, es precisamente eso, ¿sí? Es precisamente eso, esos procesos de reflexión antes de. Eso es lo que estamos haciendo aquí. Entonces, no se estresen por eso. Volviendo acá, Derlis, ya ahorita le doy la palabra a Jenny. Regálame un segundo. Good morning, teachers. Thursday, Friday, because as I mentioned, there is continue sending emails. Copy those emails to me, please. Please, I'm gonna tell her on Monday. I'm gonna tell her on Monday what's wrong because we need to solve that thing. Yo puedo reducir el número de horas que puedo hacer. Marta, ojo con las instrucciones que están en la carta de presentación. Ahí aparece un número de horas. En la primera sesión yo les dije a ustedes cuántas horas tenían que hacer, ¿sí? Entonces, ojo con eso. El número de horas, pues claro, eso lo acordan ustedes con el docente titular porque es dependiendo de su disponibilidad. Entonces, revisen y si pueden completar el tope de horas semanales, genial. Si se puede menos, pues tienen que buscar una estrategia adicional. Si algo, revisa la grabación de la primera clase porque yo fui muy explícito en qué se puede hacer en esos casos. Hay que llenar el formato Field Diary Template. Ese es el formato que ustedes me tienen que enviar. Señor.
Profe, las grabaciones de dónde las encuentra uno después que se acaben. Por ejemplo, la clase pasada la estuve buscando dónde la encuentro y esta también.
Ok, estas las suben hasta el lunes, ¿sí? Ya cuando haya otra vez, porque esas no las puedo subir yo. Aquí en agenda de videoconferencias, ustedes hacen clic ahí y acá aparece un botoncito que dice grabación. ¿Sí lo ves? Ahí está.
Sí.
Entonces, ya cuando, yo creo que el lunes subirán la otra, pues aparecerá la otra grabación.
Ok.
No le presten atención a los correos que les llegan de
Profe, en cuanto a la observación de los alumnos.
Señor.
En cuanto a la observación de los alumnos, por ejemplo, yo en la semana, el profesor de inglés tiene 12 horas y va por grado, ¿verdad? Entonces la observación a base de cada grado. Si hoy me toca, por ejemplo, segundo y quinto, entonces observo a esos 2 grados y anoto. Y así sucesivamente.
Sí, pero ojo porque usted ya tiene que definirme en dónde se va a quedar, mano. O sea, tiene que definirme en qué grado se va a quedar, ¿sí? Entonces usted me dice, bueno, después de haber observado ahorita, yo decidí que me voy a ir con el grado quinto. Ejemplo, ¿sí? Tiene que decidir en qué grado va a ser porque ahorita ya usted empieza a hacer las planeaciones y cuando empieza a hacer las planeaciones, después usted no sabe para dónde coger y todo se le va a volver un sancocho. Entonces, ya después de que haya observado todos los grados, revise con cuál grado se va a quedar. Con el que usted diga, bueno, este es un jodido, ¿sí? Entonces, ya con ese, usted
con ese voy a hacer proyectos. Okay.
Exacto, sí, señor, porque si su merced me coge todos los grados, cuando empieza a hacer planeaciones, mijo, yo lo cojo de atrás para adelante. Entonces, pilas con eso, porque con las planeaciones sí voy a ser muy, muy mamón. Entonces, tengan en cuenta eso. ¿Listo?
Yo ahora estoy planeando las clases. Yo ahora estoy planeando las clases de los grados que, pues, en el horario dicen, si me toca segundo, planeo a segundo y a la misma vez para tercero, mismo día. Luego martes, si me toca quinto y cuarto, hago el plan de clase para esa clase y así hasta completar las 20 horas.
Bueno, cuando su merced me envíe eso, yo voy a revisar. Si algo lo cojo y lo cojo por comentarios o por correo, le digo, bueno, mi ¿usted dónde va? Eso. ¿Listo? Bueno,
okay.
Jenny, claro. Tell me.
Bueno.
Hi, teacher. Good morning.
Morning.
Teacher, well, I was listening my partner and I had I don't know if maybe it's a light situation, but I have some troubles in order to accumulate the number of hours because I must carry out my practical in a rural school. So this is a multi-grade group. So in the schedule they have the English class. The whole group or all the grades have the same class. So even the teacher developed different order. It would be like that. The idea is the teacher has to develop different topics for the different groups, but it is another issue because it concerns to the observation characteristics. But the matter is that the hours per week because the school has the same schedule for the whole group.
Mhm.
So what I decided to do is that I go to other, I don't know, can I say it in English? There are other locations which make up the school. So that's the only option that I have in order to accumulate the hours.
Mhm.
And but it is I have I have had some difficulties because of the weather. Because here I um, I live in Cundinamarca. I live in a rural area, but this is in the border with the Meta region. So according to the things that have no, it's after Paratebueno. Is Medina, and after I live in a I don't know, in a little village. I don't know, what can I say, vereda?
Village, village. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yes, in a little village. So it's difficult to get the different schools because of that topic. Even from the administration, they decided to stop classes during some days because of the sismos, the head workers. So, well, it's not like that, but that's the word that I know. And so, teacher, the strategy that I am or I took is like I said, I go to the other locations, but it's difficult, teacher, because I'm not working as a teacher currently, and I have to divide my time between my job and going there, and there is a long distance between the school locations. But my question is, if what I'm doing, teacher, is right, I'm going to observe other classes in other schools. I took 2 schools more in order to accumulate the hours.
Okay.
And the other question is, um, as I told you, the group is a multi-grade. I have to choose one grade, but I work with the whole group. Maybe it's my doubt.
Okay, perfect. Um, there is something that you have to take into account. You already have your IRL, right?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, perfect. The IRL states the name of the school or the name of the school and the specific location.
Not the name of the school.
Okay, perfect.
Because it's
So if it's the name of the school, you can work in different locations. No problem.
okay. There is the same principle for the whole locations.
Perfect. Is because some IRLs have the name of the school and the location, so you can't move.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you are in the same school, you can just move from different locations, right?
Okay, teacher.
No problem. What you are doing is perfect. It's good. Try to keep like the same. Just taking into account that it's multi-grade. Try when you start like planning, try to use the same lesson plan for all of them. You know what I mean? Like
Uh-huh.
try to check as well what you mentioned, what the teacher does. Yeah, revise the instructions she provides to students. What are their let's say like how they behave in terms of the instructions, and revise how can you modify those things, right?
Okay,
What you're
teacher.
doing is good. Yeah, when we start like doing the lesson plans, we can start checking, we can work together, and then revising what you are doing good, what you are doing bad, and then we can start modifying them, right?
Okay, teacher.
Okay,
Okay,
good.
thanks.
Good. Now switch to Spanish. Me dice Juliet, lo del formato del field diary. Ojo porque ustedes me tienen que enviar el formato de diario de campo, no el de observación de clase. Ojo con eso, ¿sí? Ojo, el formato Class Observation Form es ustedes lo hacen cuando estén ejecutando planes de aula. Ustedes todavía no tienen que diligenciar ese formato. En el primer envío me van a enviar el diario de campo. Devolvámonos a didáctica. ¿Qué vieron en didáctica? No sé. Pero el formato de diario de campo es el registro anecdótico de todo lo que sucede en el aula de clase. Entonces, para este primer envío me tienen que enviar el de diario de campo, no me tienen que enviar ningún otro formato. Entonces, si fueron 7 veces al colegio, pues 7 formatos de diario de campo. Si fueron 3, pues 3. No importa, lo que les dije al principio. No importa el número, sí señora Gina, Field Diary. No importa el número de horas que hayan ido. Mínimo, yo quiero que vayan unas 4 o 6 horas para que revisen cómo está la movida. Ya con eso yo les voy a dar 20 horas, ¿sí? Eso ya se los expliqué. Ahorita, por ser su primera vez, estoy siendo muy flexible, estoy siendo muy querido, muy buena gente. Ya ahorita en la unidad 2 las cosas van a cambiar porque ustedes ya van a empezar a trabajar con los estudiantes y quiero que hagan un trabajo excelente, ¿sí? Tienen que enviar 2 formatos, Antonio. Hay 2 actividades que ustedes tienen que hacer. Una, el registro de las 20 horas y la otra, la parte de investigación. Revisen las instrucciones y revisen toda la plataforma, ¿sí? Entonces, ojo con eso, ¿sí? Ojo con eso. En el de las 20 horas de observación, solamente me envían el Field Diary Template, no más. Y en el de investigación, hay otro formato que ustedes tienen que hacer y ahí ya me van a contar todo ese tipo de cosas. Entonces, ojo con eso. Ok, cool. ¿Listo? Entonces, tengan en cuenta eso. También váyanse como programando, ¿sí? También váyanse como programando porque cuando ya empecemos a hacer planeaciones, los voy a citar a ustedes personalmente, ¿sí? Para hacer el feedback de sus planeaciones, para que las vayamos revisando y todo ese tipo de cosas, pero pues les voy diciendo, si tienen grupos de WhatsApp, rieguen la información, ¿sí? ¿Qué es lo que yo les digo? Por favor, no asuman, escríbanme. ¿Sí? He tenido muchos problemas porque es que mis compañeros dijeron que, no hombre, escríbanme, ¿sí? Entonces, ¿qué fue lo primero que yo les dije? No asuman. Contáctenme que yo les respondo, yo no tengo ningún problema, ¿sí? Entonces, si mal no estoy, creo que Derlis también está acá colaborando con el hecho de como de difundir la información. Entonces, Derlis también ha sido un gran puente conmigo, ha sido una gran ayuda, pero pues también tenemos que tener en cuenta que ella entra en una cirugía ahorita y tampoco quiero que me la frieguen en la cirugía, entonces me la dejan quietica. Entonces, por favor, me escriben, ¿sí? Entonces, por favor, escríbanme, se los pido encarecidamente. Juliet, señora. Mire, sí también nos está apoyando. Señora.
Profe, disculpen, pero pues como usted dice, pregunten, ¿cierto? Entonces para mí no ha quedado claro. O sea, para las 20 horas solamente tengo que enviar, pues para que su merced me diga si es así, tengo que enviar 4 formatos del Field Diary Template solamente.
Si su merced de aquí al envío fue 4 veces a la institución, envía 4 formatos. Si su merced de ese solamente. Si su merced,
no del Class Observation.
Ahora, porque el Class Observation es cuando ustedes estén ejecutando, porque ese es el que va a diligenciar el profesor titular. Entonces,
ese lo diligencia el profesor titular.
Ese lo diligencia el profesor titular. Ustedes no tienen que hacer nada con ese formato. Entonces, cuando vayan a la clase, simplemente con el profesor titular, profe, lléneme esta vaina, pum, y usted me dice cómo me ve, ¿sí?
Entiendo.
Okay. Los que ustedes llegan y los profesores se abren del mapa. Van a llegar en esos casos, ¿sí? Porque eso ha pasado. Llegan ustedes y los titulares salen corriendo y los dejan a ustedes botados, ¿sí? Y los dejan botados. Y ahí es en donde ¿sí? Entonces van a pasar todo ese tipo de cosas. Vuelvo y les digo, espérense que en el camino van a encontrar muchas sorpresas, ¿sí? Pero,
bueno,
les digo, pregunten que yo no muerdo, yo no como, yo soy buena gente, yo soy chévere, ¿sí?
Gracias.
Esa es mi función. Como dice Derlis, mire, Derlis ahí les envió el link, Franklin también está colaborando, ¿sí? Pero vuelvo y les digo, si ya ven que Franklin y Derlis no les pueden dar la información, escríbanme, ¿sí? No asuman, es que todos están diciendo que usted muerde. ¿En qué momento yo no muerdo, amigo? O sea, pregunte, ¿sí? Digamos, por ejemplo, mira, Antonio me dice, ya llené los planes de clase, pero ya sé que no debo enviarlos, pero vuelvo y les digo, vayan difundiendo esta información. Cuando vayamos a hacer el feedback de los planes de clase, los voy a llamar uno por uno, ¿sí? Y necesito que se conecten a esa hora, ¿sí? Porque les voy a dar el feedback, les voy a decir, mire, váyase por este lado, váyase por otro lado, váyase por este lado, váyase por este lado, ¿sí? Porque necesito que ustedes sepan qué es lo que está pasando. Es diferente decirlo personalmente a decirlo por escrito. Entonces, para que lo tengan en cuenta. ¿vale? Pendientes, nos vemos dentro de 15 días con la bendición de Dios. Revisen el foro de novedades, muchachos, ¿sí? Yo les voy a estar publicando cosas ahí en el transcurso de la semana, entonces ténganlo en cuenta. Para aclarar en la primera tarea, solo enviar el field diagram template. Marta, lea las instrucciones que en la plataforma las instrucciones están claras. Las instrucciones están claras. Lea y cualquier cosa me escribe el correo. ¿Listo? Entonces, muchísimas gracias por haberse conectado. Les envío un abrazo enorme, que Dios los bendiga, que tengan un feliz fin de semana. Cualquier cosa, porfa, escríbanme el correo. Con mucho gusto yo les colaboro. ¿Vale? Dios los bendiga. Un abrazo. Bye bye. See ya.
Gracias.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.